All right, thanks folks for joining us again on a Veterans to Veterans Group video podcast. We have two guests with us today, right, Chuck?
Yes. We have Lisa and her invisible friend.
So we have Lisa and Heaven. Heaven is, you might remember from the video that Patrick did with Project New Hope Vermont, which was unceremoniously and abruptly shut down. So, and Lisa Voracek is one of our board members here at Veterans to Veterans Group. So, how do you want to? This is kind of a little bit of a touchy subject. I know for sure for Heaven, but also for us, because we were starting to support the organization, you know, and I know, Lisa, you were pushing for support of the organization.
Yes.
And our veterans that we were serving were benefiting from the organization.
Yes, I mean, Lisa pretty much orchestrated us all getting together. Our both organizations, actual three, because you have the riders, the auxiliary,
Right,
the riders, us, and Project New Hope. And the first time we went there, I think we only got like maybe 4 families stuff.
The very first time, right?
When all was said and done, we had up to 12 families that we were driving all the way down to White River Junction area to get this. So, and luckily you got to meet Heaven beforehand, and then we had that great interview with Patrick.
Right.
But you know, but for you, Lisa, what made you want to connect Veterans to Veterans Group with Project New Hope?
So, Heaven and I, with the Junior Auxiliary Group, through the Legion Post that we both belong to, Unit 22, we were collecting military boxes.
Yeah.
And we had some things that couldn't use or we didn't have enough of for the packages that we were sending out. So Heaven and I kind of put a feeler out, and actually Tiffany, who was part of Project New Hope, which is Heaven's cousin, has Heaven's cousin, and Tiffany gave Heaven the pass about coming to Project New Hope, trying to get information, and at the same time, I was just like, what are we going to do with the miscellaneous stuff? So Heaven was really excited about going over there. We were talking about Project New Hope in that program. And I was trying, my task at that moment was trying to get rid of that stuff, you know, and trying to figure out a group that would really profit from it. And both of our causes were about the veterans and helping veterans and wanting to get in groups about veterans and not the politic part of it.
Sure.
Exactly.
And so I then, through connections, through other people, found V2VG program, and then came up here, had a meeting with you both.
Yeah.
Sadie and I both came up, and we had a meeting with you guys. I gave you what we had, and then I said, what about this group? What about this group? So I gave the information to Project New Hope, and I gave the information for you guys of them, and saying, like, you know, this group is here, it's close, and trying to help the veterans, and and then having the conversations with you guys that were incredible, and it is the veterans, and that is hope. That was Heaven and I's biggest thing, is we joined the Legion family to be a part of helping veterans.
Which is the goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is our goal.
And we ended up going from organizations to helping each other to actually a pretty personal matter. A good friend of yours, which I believe is Heaven's dad,
Yes.
has a friend that he's known for a long time who is going through a lot of stuff,
Yes.
and wasn't able to get as much help as needed from more local. So you were like, you know.
Yeah, he.
So yeah.
My dad had reached out to me knowing that I was part of Project New Hope, and he had come to me out of respect for the family. I'm not going to say names.
Of course.
But he had come to me with the situation, and I heard his call to arms, and I ran. I'm like, listen, I've got these people. I have a list that I have been working on for well over a year now. I've called the I Do by 6 list, or I Got Your 6. Anybody needs anything, you need food, you need housing, you need mechanical work. I have names of people that I can get on the phone and start making phone calls to. So I reached out to Lisa knowing that she had other connections that I did not have. And thankfully you guys were able to make that call to arms, and you guys were able to come and help my dad's friend. And I can't thank you guys enough for that.
And you know what I think is great is we all have our own personal mission, right?
Yep.
And we were able to, as organizations, come together to help each other. But then to see an individual who has served this country, and to see so many people from different parts of the state really attack this issue and make life a little easier more so for his wife. His wife was like didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you see that a lot too.
And you know,
with the spouses who are kind of lost.
Yeah, and seeing you guys do those type of things, which really isn't necessarily part of your mission, so to speak. It really it seemed very reasonable for Eric and I to want to be more involved, and that's why. I mean, yes, it was almost an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive each way, but we were willing to do that for the veteran families that we had up here. And it was great because each time we went, we met somebody different from your staff for those 3 months. And I happened to be down there this last time, and I was like, you know, by sheer chance, I was like, I'll bring my wife in to meet you guys. And that's when I found out the news that you guys were going to be shut down, when 2 weeks ago I heard you were, like, we're making up the numbers. So can you kind of tell us what happened there?
So it was shocking to us too.
So, in all honesty, I'm gonna tell you, and this is not me. This is not me being like, oh, it is what it is. I honestly believe that when we had our meeting in September, and they said, look, we're looking at the numbers. We pay $10,000 a year in rent for this area. You know, we need to make some adjustments and see, is it really worth us staying open? You guys need to get your numbers up. Well, Tiffany and I and Jennifer are scrambling. We're trying to get people in. We're doing all these things. We're going to these outreach events. We're trying to make sure that people know that we're here. We weren't there for us. We were there for our vets, and we made families with them. We made connections with them. And so when we had our meeting in October, they said, look, you know, you guys brought your numbers up. Like, this is super cool. You guys have a food drive coming, blah, 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 blah. So October 22nd, we have this food drive. We do amazing. We get almost $300 in donations. We're filling the fridge. We've got stuff to add to the shelves. Everything is beautiful. The next, like the upcoming Thursday, they all had a meeting. Well, thanks for your efforts, ladies, but you have until January 1st. We're shutting it down. So I'm like, are you kidding me? We put in all these efforts. We've helped so many lives. We've helped so many people, and you're going to shut it down. Over $10,000 for a 12-month window, and you can't see the benefit? You've been in this office for less than a year.
Right.
You're going to pull it from everybody that can use it? To me, that was unacceptable. I am absolutely horrified to think what was going through their head when they thought it was okay to pull this. We're in an insecure area as it is for food and heating, and our resources are skim to none for our veterans. And then they went and they pulled out after they had already established something that was so good.
And it's only going to get worse.
And so now let me know, because from what I remember when I talked to Tiffany and you about this, was that they were closing down. You had until January, but they also put the stipulation that you could not collect any food or donations any longer either. Is that correct?
Yes, because that meant that they were going to have to keep the office open, because they were going to have to prove that the money stayed in Vermont.
Yeah. And so, as much as I would like to say this is the worst case situation, something further happened, didn't it?
So, they had sent out a blast message asking if all of us would stay until December. Well, to me, that was kind of funny, because if your cutoff is January 1st, why am I only staying till December?
Yep.
So I messaged them back as cordially as I could. I'm not going to lie, I was very emotional.
Right.
And I had basically said, you know, there's no reason for me to stay on, and because I said I was not going to stay, they assumed that everybody else had quit, and they went in the next day and changed all of the locks so none of us could help our veterans.
Yeah.
With supplies still in there?
Math.
Yep.
With supplies
They
in
had
there.
just picked up. They had just gotten a like $10,000 drop off of food and stuff.
Yep.
That's
From
ridiculous.
Vermont Food Bank. Yeah.
So, Heaven, you said you were volunteers there. Is that correct?
Yes, I was a volunteer. There was two other ones that were, and I'm not naming names, there was two
Right.
other ones that were considered part-time employees that did get a small paycheck from it.
Yeah.
So for you volunteers, you said that you went to outreach events to volunteer. So you put in a significant amount of your personal time,
Oh, yeah.
not just at that location, but going to outreach events to try to boost up your numbers. And they
Yeah.
still kind of just, well, they literally changed the locks on the door.
They literally went in and changed the locks. One of my other coworkers left on Thursday. Friday morning we went to go in because we had some veterans we were going to help out, and every lock was changed. We could not get into the baby pantry or into the food bank.
So let me ask you, Heaven, how are you related to the military veteran aspect? Is it your father that is a gunnery sergeant?
So I will go through a little bit of this. So World War I, World War II were my great and great grandparents. My dad was a gunner in the USS Navy. He was on the Kitty Hawk, which was sadly decommissioned and sent to scrap. I have multiple cousins that have served in Air Force. I have a cousin that was KIA in the Marines, so I take it very personal. I take it to heart. I have countless uncles that have served in all of the branches as well, so it really was a kick in my face when they took this away.
Yeah, I
and
can
it's
imagine.
very personal, and I have made it my mission now that it is not up and running to still be able to take care of, and I call them my veterans because they are my veterans.
That's
I'm
awesome.
sorry, I get emotional when I talk about this. So I have made connections with a local grocery store. I'm not sure if he wants his name out yet, so
Right.
No, that's fine.
That's
keep to
right.
myself.
Yeah.
But I had made connections with a local grocery store, so every Monday morning at 8:15 I go up and I load my Jeep full of food, and I go down to the Legion Post 22. I'm there by 9 a.m. and I will stay there until 1 p.m. Any of my veterans that need anything, please come to me. I don't care. I will try to find it if I don't already have it in the back of my Jeep. I'm talking like 8-10 banana boxes full of food.
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you or any other volunteers that worked at Project New Hope, do any of you guys have kids?
I have two. Tiffany has one. Jennifer's kids are all grown up.
So what you're telling me is that you took time away from your own children, your own livelihood, your own personal time to do something for a group of people who are underserved in this country, and because of bureaucratic red tape garbage, they pretty much kicked you guys right out on your asses.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
with virtually no warning. Not that it's any better, but it would slightly have been better if they gave you 6 months to notify veterans who were counting on this food
Yeah.
and these supplies.
Exactly.
so
If they had ended it a little bit differently, I don't think that things would have gotten so ugly. But they
Right.
decided to just literally yank all ties, and that was what made it a lot harder, and that was what made me fight harder.
Yeah.
My theory has always been, and I've instilled it in my children too, my theory has always been every single person that has signed up has gone across seas not knowing everybody that they have fought for, but they have fought for me. So in return, I don't know them, but I'm going to be here at home and I'm going to fight for them. So when they come home, they have somebody to stand beside them because I got their six just like they had mine.
Well, I know, Heaven, that we've spoken privately in back and forth via message, both on our behalf as Veterans to Veterans Group and privately, that, and I can speak for myself and Chuck, I believe that V2VG is willing to assist you as much as we can with
Absolutely.
whatever endeavor you plan on doing when it comes to the future.
And we have four families available.
We have 4 families available.
So if you know any families, we have 4 boxes open for families for Thanksgiving
and Christmas. Yeah.
Thank you. That is so good to know. Thank you so much.
So, it's food boxes for Thanksgiving, food box for Christmas, and a toy box for their kids.
So when that's happened, we need to know how many people are in the family and what are the ages of the kids.
And genders.
And the genders. Yep.
So I don't want this to be just a shitting on other people type of video, but from what I understand, some of your peers were talking about doing something on your own. Is that still an option for you?
So Tiffany, Jennifer, and I have been researching doing our own nonprofit, keeping something going under a new name.
Yeah.
But we're not looking to set down roots or establish anything until we have all of our information. So it wouldn't be until after January 1st.
Right.
There's
I think that's
nothing wrong
fair.
with that.
We're
Yeah.
definitely looking into seeing what we can do, because this was such a huge thing up here, and to have it taken away was such a god awful thing. We want to be able to help. We want to keep it going.
I think that's a very good idea, very laudable, and it's very needed. And times are just going to get more tough as heating and utility costs rise, food insecurity rises, and this is, like Chuck said and you said, it's an underserved area. So that's a hell of a thing to keep doing, and people are going to appreciate it.
I mean, the person that I have been working with, he's an Army veteran.
Yeah.
So when we made this merger for me to take the groceries to the Legion and the VSW, because they're out of the same building, he was like, look, he's like, I'm a vet. I can't stand the thought of my vet saying, well, do I pay my heating bill or do I eat for the next week?
Right.
And I said, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
absolutely.
where that merger came from.
Yeah, and if we have some resources too. If you come in contact with anybody who's struggling that live in New Hampshire and have issues with heating, please let us know. We do have a third-party contact that is a great resource to have available.
Absolutely.
But
And of course, you can always talk to Lisa. She is on our board of directors, and she's aware of these things. And if she's not sure, she can find out from us. No problem. She, of course, has our direct contact information. And you said you're at the post.
Lisa and I have spent countless hours crying together over our vets, trying to figure
yeah.
out what to do. So.
It's. You said you're at the post from 9 to 12.
What are your hours at the post, Heaven?
So at the post, I'm there every Monday from 9 to 1.
Monday from 9 to 1. Okay.
Yep.
We'll put that information in, and we'll just. Do you want to have people call you to make sure, or just have them swing by if they're available to?
You can have them give me a call, like if they think they're going to be a little bit later than 1. And they can always call my cell phone. I'm sure you guys have it. If not, Lisa can give it to you, just to make sure that I'm still there. But I'm always going to be there. I've also been working with trying to get the okay to get food storage at the Legion so that I can leave things there. So if somebody needed something, you can ring the bell, say, hey, I'm here for food, blah, 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 and be able to get help. But that's still in the process. That hasn't actually come to fruition yet.
So, Heaven, do you want to explain to Chuck and Eric, because they do not know how that came about, how you went about bringing it to the Legion floor and then talking to the commander and then bringing this forward, what you have done as of so far?
So, when Project New Hope closed, I went straight to the commander and I said, hey, we need to do better for our veterans. I have this contact person. He is more than willing to get stuff together from his grocery store, and I can go pick it up every Monday. Can I have, some sort of a spot where I can leave food for our vets? He's like, yeah, let's get this figured out. Let's talk about it, blah, 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 blah. So in the meantime, I have, because, there's not a lot of space at the Legion right now. At the meantime, I have been putting all of this food in my Jeep, and as people come into the Legion, because it opens at 11:30, so as people come in, I open up my trunk. I say, hey, what do you need? Are you interested in anything? Do you need a little bit of extra to get through the week? They'll take what they need. I have, shopping bags in the back of my car for them to take whatever they need. I don't believe that there should be a limit to how much. If you need it, take it. That's what it's there for. So while I have been working on this, I have also had 2 side projects going. So the first one is we have a Vetsgiving dinner that is taking place, the first Vetsgiving dinner at the Legion, legitimately for veterans. Come have Thanksgiving. Holidays are crappy for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I know firsthand how bad it can be when you don't have something to look forward to or keep your mind occupied. So then the next thing I started working on was we have a Winter Wonderland Ball that's coming for the veterans. There and again, wintertime, crappy, holidays. You're missing your family, you're missing your unit, you start thinking about the people you lost. Not a good thing. So let's keep this going. Let's put your mind in a better spot, give you something to look forward to. So between the food, the Vetsgiving, and the Winter Wonderland Ball, I'm pretty sure my commander's ready to kill me.
But the commander requested after you guys had the meeting that you come and talk to actually the Legion floor. Is that correct?
Yep, I went to the Legion floor and I spoke with them, and I got the okay as girl, let's do this. And I have also been asked by the commander of the VFW to come speak with the men and women and, basically say, hey, let's make this work, let's figure this out. Because we can do better for you guys. Let me help you. So I've got my hands in all kinds of pots. I'm just waiting for the date so that I can do them.
Yeah, can you shoot us an email with all the details of those programs?
Exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah, shoot us an email with all the details of that stuff. And just because I'm in a holiday spirit mood, I want to kind of close out with each of us giving some words of, positivity or holiday gracious. And I'll start first with shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Eric?
Before I have my words of wisdom, what's the name of the commander at Legion, at Unit 22?
Crispin.
Oh, that's Jim Crispin?
The VFW commander is Travis Bill.
Travis Bell?
VFW. Bill. Travis Bill for VFW.
Yes,
Ken
the VFW.
only.
And then the commander of the American Legion is Ken Olney.
I don't know who he is. Unless he's...
Olmein?
Olney.
Oh, Omi.
Yep.
And Travis Bill is the VFW?
commander.
Yes.
Is that Lincoln or?
No, Lebanon.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking Lincoln, North Woodstock. That's why.
No.
Okay, awesome.
Words of wisdom.
My words of wisdom for the holidays are pretty much always my words of wisdom for Veterans to Veterans group, right? If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yes. Lisa, words of wisdom.
My heart really tugs on, the veterans. And yesterday during the ceremony, actually, Commander Bill mentioned about it's getting to be the winter time and difficult time, and that 22 day is real, and that we need to reach out to people even if we're just sitting with them. So we can all be friends, we're all family, and I just want to remind everybody winter time is coming and it is harder. Just share with each other, just even if you're spending a little time.
Yeah.
All right, Heaven, how about you?
My words of wisdom, you can't know everybody's demons, you can't fight everybody's battles, but if they at least know that you're there to stand beside them, they at least have a better chance of winning that fight than they do if they're alone.
That's awesome.
You know what? Yours is better than mine, so we'll stick with that.
I'm a huge advocate for no more 22 a day. That number is way too high, and we got to curb it.
Yeah, no, I think we all agree on that. And, Heaven, I really hope this is not the last time that we have conversations. You and your family and the group of people, including Lisa, are some of the most amazing women and young ladies that we've worked with. And it was the first time Eric and I went to an organization and felt like we were seeing mirror images of ourselves.
That's
just
very
regular
true.
people.
Very true.
You know, and so I wish you the best of luck, whatever comes in the future. We're there to support you any way possible.
Thank you so much, and I'm really hoping that we can continue working together, no matter what it may be. I'm really hoping that we can continue our merger. And Lisa, I'm sorry, you're stuck with me, babe. You're not getting rid of me.
It sounds good. All right, thank you guys.